Okay, today I want to talk about how eating raw foods has changed me, because I'm into my 4th year now as a raw foodist, and not a week goes by where I don't feel grateful for having stumbled across this way of eating, because it really does open your mind and perceptions in a way that is truly transforming in terms of understanding the nature of health and sickness, of which diet is the chief cause to major global problems. Because what we eat really seems to determine whether we fly or crash as individuals and as a planet. And the most simplest example of this is that when you eat a takeaway curry, it's sort of tradition to sit there bloated and watch TV, whereas where you eat a big raw food meal or superfood smoothie, you just want to be productive. And it was buying a blender which set me off, because I never intended on eating this way at all. You know, I just wanted to juice some fruits once in a while, and apart from that, continue eating eggs, chips and beans. But what happened was that by having a green smoothie every other day, I started to feel really good, and realised it's because my body was getting the nutrients it had been starved of for so long. So I was like, yeah, I want more of this. So smoothies every other day became smoothies every day, which became smoothies and salads, which became identifying the effects cooked and raw foods had on my body. Because when you can eat a big meal and pinpoint which ingredients don't agree with you, that is a very useful sensitivity to have that will serve you a lifetime, and I owe that to eating raw foods. It's given me invaluable insights into the nature of health and sickness using my own body as a lab. Because when you know that drinking green vegetable juice can cure cancer because of the alkalizing effects of greens, that becomes very empowering. And that's the basis of Gerson therapy, which has a 50% success rate compared to the 5% of chemotherapy. Of course, the big pharmaceutical companies don't want us knowing that a change in diet is really the solution to 99% of health problems, but we'll go more into that later. So before I knew it, 6 months had passed and I was like, whoa, where the hell has this come from? How have I replaced eating eggs, chips and beans with salads and vegetable juice? But that's how it happens, you know, once you taste the flip side of health, you just don't want to go back. Because I started feeling emotions I hadn't felt before. I felt emotions I hadn't felt since I was like 8 years old, you know, the kind of emotions you get when you go to the park and it all seems so big and magical. So those smoothies just snowballed into full-on wanting to eat raw foods all the time. And then there's all the other benefits like better health, digestion, better skin, sleep, heightened inspiration and intuition, and really the list goes on. And it's not about being a boring health nut, but more an energy nut, like how much energy can we as human beings accumulate? And raw foods perfectly facilitate increasing the energy available to us. So to me, there's nothing more exciting than raw foods, because it's a really cutting edge field that has the potential to steer us into much greater things. Like crime, pollution, famine and poor health are directly combated by eating raw foods. And one of the common themes of a raw diet is that it helps steer you from a consuming to contributing mindset. It's the switch over from sitting there playing Xbox to asking how can I help and how can my skills best serve humanity. And I understand how preachy that may sound, but that's honestly how it is. And a game once in a while, there's nothing wrong with that. But with raw foods, there's much more of a desire to contribute. It's opened me up into a larger framework of living naturally, so I now find myself avoiding toxic chemicals and seeking natural alternatives. For instance, coconut oil is a much better skin moisturiser than E45. And just consider that in America, 100,000 people die each year from prescription medications. That's the medicine the doctor they trust has given them in order to get well. Now, how many people die eating well? The point being that toxic pharmaceuticals should always be a last resort. It's helped wake me up to all the marketing bullshit out there, like all these fucking fad diets, like lose 2 stone in 2 days or get a 6-pack in 6 weeks. You know, it's all bullshit. There's no shortcut to a fit and healthy lifestyle. And all these so-called health foods fucking pale in comparison to the simple whole plant foods you get on your high street fruit and veg stall. It's been like waking up from a junk food dream into a deep connection with nature's laws, in that the further we get from nature, the more sick and insane we become. And the movie Avatar is a perfect metaphor for this. Now, am I saying we should all go live in the woods? No, I'm not. But we've got to find a healthy balance, and the foods we eat play a major part in that. Now, why am I saying all this? You know, no one really cares about some guy's dietary journey. I'm just another pebble in a pond. But the point is, when you undergo such a transformation into health, well-being and self-empowerment, when you understand that right eating can cure some of the biggest killers in the Western world, a desire to help spread the message sets in. You know, we're living in an age now where our nutritional knowledge can all but eliminate illness. So cancer, done on a raw diet. Diabetes, Gabriel Cousens is curing it at his Tree of Life clinic with a low glycemic raw diet. Heart disease, Colin Campbell's China study shows that blueberries alone can open up clogged arteries. Obesity, you get these freaking morbidly obese people on hospital beds asking for more fucking Burger King, and the doctors just okay it, which just highlights the medical community's ignorance of using food as the primary means of healing. And again, that comes back to the greedy pharmaceutical companies who just want to sell you pills, pills and more pills. There's even a recent story of a guy curing Alzheimer's using coconut oil. So we've got to step away from the pharmaceuticals and get back to using proper nutrition so that disease doesn't manifest in the first place. Because you don't get sick eating whole, natural, organic plant foods. So yeah, just do my part for what I believe to be a beautiful movement which has the potential to heal many problems facing the planet. And if you check the description, there's some links and videos which may help inspire you if you're interested in this lifestyle. So yeah, check them out, and thanks for watching.